Alright, I've had a few people ask me recently how the plane's going, and to be honest, I haven't touched it since January 24th. What you see behind me here, this is my workbench. What I'm working on here are the spars. The spars are the main components that hold the wing up. Basically, the spars go through the wings and they hold the weight of the airplane when it is in flight. So let me switch to my front camera. So basically, right now, all I'm doing is tracing out the spars. You can see this drawing here will have all the information you need to make the spars. You basically just take all this information here and you draw it out on your workbench. And then you cut and glue all of your parts so they match this drawing. It does take a little bit, and you do screw up once in a while, but it's so far a pretty easy and foolproof method of churning out parts. So, just for a reference, if you're looking at this picture, which this is the 1100R, this is like the absolute base model of the aircraft, you have a spar that runs here, which is the forward spar, and then you have a spar that runs in the back, which is the rear spar. Both of those together hold up the entire aircraft on the wings. Each of these ribs holds the fabric, thus holding up all of the weight of the wing that picks you up. That makes you have happy, happy, fun times in the air. So it's pretty big. Each of these wings is going to be about 15 feet long. So just as a reference, here's the cut line. So it's going to take up my entire garage for some time. I'm a little nervous about building them because obviously the wings are the most important part of the airplane, but they got to be done. And these plans leave a lot of wiggle room. Being that it's just wood, you do have to grade all of your wood, such as this guy here. So each of the pieces of wood have a certain type of run out, and if you look at the wood, every bit has a bit of grain going through it, and it's, off the top of my head, I think it's for every 10 inches of lateral grain, it can only drop, I think, half an inch, 1 inch. But you do have to go through all of your wood and find if there's any inconsistencies, any bad bits, and then either discard that piece, or for like here, I'm just going to cut this bad section out because all the rest of the grain looks pretty good, but we just have this one bad bit right there, so I can still use the piece. I have so far completed 2 other pieces. I've completed the horizontal stabilizer and elevator, and I've also completed the vertical stabilizer and the rudder. So I do have a pretty good start on the airplane. Sadly, everybody's like, hey, let me see your airplane. And I just kind of point to this, which is all of the leftover wood bits and all of the pieces that are going to be my airplane. I do have some flat pieces, some pieces of plywood that are in the rafters here, but there's not as exciting to look at, and they're also not presented beautifully on my garage wall. Now, I've also had a few people ask, where are you building this? My garage. So this is a quick look at my garage. Outside freezer, TV to watch airplane-related movies. Obviously, my gigantic workbench, which you have seen. I have already purchased an engine for this project. This is a 1767cc VW Bug engine. It's a horizontally opposed carbureted engine. This one's actually already been redone by Great Plains aircraft engines, so that's pretty sweet. I don't know the history behind it. So luckily there's a guy in town here that knows these engines pretty well. But then I just have a very, very simple set of tools: drill press, bandsaw that my father got me, a sanding machine, I guess you'd call it a belt sander, grinder, and assorted hand tools. So it's been a journey. I've been working on the plane for about 5 years now, 4 years. I work on it once in a while. As I said, I haven't touched it since January, so it's been a minute. This has just been a very basic video. I'm going to probably try to edit these and cut them together instead of me stumbling through my words, but we'll see how much work I can actually put into the editing compared to building the plane. Been working on a lot of other side projects, have some drywall in the house, redid a floor, worked on my motorcycle, car's been down for a while, so a bunch of other things. But hopefully by the end of this summer I can have 2 complete wings is what I'm hoping, and I can start on the fuselage. I have been looking at buying a plane, but at this moment I should probably buy a car that's, I can't get classic plates for because my car is now 20 years old and should probably get something newer. But otherwise, that's the info that I've got for right now. Really quick wrap up of everything that I'm doing. So I'll catch you guys later.